Okay. I have no clue what I'm doing. I forgot what my name is. Okay, so I have no responsibility for the quality of this stream. I might take it down because I'm really tired, to be honest. Like, exhausted. But I said I would go live today. Also, this playlist sucks, man. Like, it sucks so bad. Like, what am I listening to? I need to listen to something different. Oh, I'm feeling this. Okay. What's up, Arya? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing today. I feel off. I haven't, I've had too much coffee for the lack of sleep. But I went live because I said I would go live today, so I felt an obligation to. I wrote this wonderful function, and it's driving me crazy, so I will compile just to show off, I guess, what's going on right now. But yeah, I have a I basically have 3 different arrays for each UI element, and it's like gotten so complicated. So essentially what happens is that we have these inner points and then the outer points. The idea is that when you add points, it doesn't collapse is the goal here. It might just look a little bit jank, but it works a little bit better on the smaller ones. Of course, you get these like aliasing lines, and then sometimes the shape just disappears. But I have to figure out why this isn't making elements. Yeah, I have to figure that out. But that's what I'm working on. Is making this a little bit less janky. I think that this actually does its job. My setup is messed up. Okay. So, first of all, I should figure out why make element isn't working. That's gonna be here. It was just working, so I'm not really sure. Oh. Not really sure. It might be this. If I had to take a guess, it would be that. But if I get rid of that, then everything breaks, so I'm not really sure about getting rid of that. My setup is so janky because I launched without my other monitor connected, so it's like my workspace went to the wrong place, and that's annoying. I'm just going to put it over here. My best guess is that it's self-trimming itself, because what that function does is that, you know what it could be? It could be the fact that that shape doesn't have a border. What that function does is it finds any line intersection between, so like self-intersecting in the outer loop, so that way it doesn't loop in on itself. It basically finds if this intersects with this or whatever, and then it cuts the interior area, which is how we get stuff like this, even if it's not. Yeah, so we just disabled it, and now you can see how it turns in on itself, but now I can make an element. So now I know why that's happening. I wonder if it has to do with the border. Also, I wanted to implement this scale thing, so I'm probably going to do that as well. Okay, so we have to figure out why that shape is getting trimmed. This is like a very funny way of writing this. Okay, so why is that getting trimmed? The first thing I want to test is I want to, is it even, it might not even be, yeah, I want to try this with a really big border and then see if we still trim. It might just be that the trim is not working if you don't have a border, because I didn't test that. I'm going to test that on this button now. Don't know why that would happen, because it was working earlier. I'm also pretty proud I found this this really nasty seg fault that's been bugging me for a long time. With this array going out of bounds. It says that my audio bitrate is 0, which I don't know how you can have a bitrate of 0. But if it sounds awful, let me know. Okay, it did. It did. So now we know that that's 100% the issue. I don't know how to fix it though. Why did I make my own game engine? I made it just, I guess, for fun. It's kind of like a goal with no end in sight that I can keep working on. Why am I trying to draw shapes like this? Why not manually input them? I guess the idea is, like, I'm gonna have later like point selection, I guess, so that you can make like any shape. If you want to have like a weird shape, you know. At least that's what my idea was. It doesn't really work. It is kind of janky, but that was the idea, was that you could have like funny looking shapes. Anyway, it's not going very well. I don't know, the whole plan for it was like, I don't want to just have like squares and circles or like stars and like just like regular shapes. I wanted it to be like interactive so that you can make your own. Okay, so it's trimming when it doesn't have a border, which probably means that... Oh, I know what's happening. It's because the points are exactly the same. Yeah, this is the problem with this method, is that the... I'm in the wrong file. The points become the same. Where was this function? It's in here somewhere. It's trim loops from counterclockwise outline, and then it's no, it's here. So this is what the code was, is that it checks for equal points, so that if it hits on a corner, that's what this is supposed to be doing right here, but it doesn't seem to be working. Anywho, if you change the for example, if you change the corner for this is really insane right now, but if you change this down to like something reasonable and the border down to something reasonable, then it'll be less like temperamental. The issue is it's really like a balancing act, because the corner adds on like to the radius naturally because I don't clamp it, and every time I attempted to clamp it, it just like came out bad. So that's that, I guess. So I guess I can test it again with that. The reason I didn't do that was because I was sometimes getting false positives on some other buttons. So, I mean, this whole like method might just not be... I might just have to get rid of this. Like this, you can just kind of tell by the code that it's... I'm probably not thinking about this the right way. But basically this takes in the outer and the inner, and then it trims them so that we don't have any overlap with itself. But I guess I could just do like regular buttons and be like normal about it. But yeah, so this is where it's interesting, because this does the triangle for the inner, and then it does a quad for the outside. Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna change also move UI element. I was gonna change this. I haven't messed with this in a minute, but yeah. So this should not be rebuilding. I don't know why I was doing this rebuilding the entire outline. You can just shift the outline over the counts are always going to be, they should always be equal, or else we'll probably have an error somewhere else. So this is going to be counter. Yeah, it's just literally this. Maybe there was a reason why I commented that out, but I think it's still the same. I also wanted to do this scale thing today, so I think that's what I'll do next. It's just going to be something that it's multiplied by at the end. I think all the points in relation to the center, so that's going to be here. Now how do I do that? I think I build a normalized vector to the center, and then go from there. So I already have a scale UI element, but that's a different scale. I guess I'll call it manual scale. But maybe this is one of these things that I'm doing wrong and I'll regret it later, and then I'll just do like SDF regular squares later. I just kind of wanted to try something my own way. And it's kind of cool because the hitboxes for these are like perfectly 2D because they're made out of triangles, so we hit test for them perfectly. So that's like an upside to doing it like this, I guess. But okay, let me lock in here. I think we need to do this exactly like the move, which I was just at. It's going to be like pretty much, it's a similar concept, I guess. Oh, that's on my other register. Okay. So in this case, dx is going to be we have to determine it per point, of course, so that's basically what we're doing. This we will determine later. Isn't the center a floating point? Yeah, it is. So I think we just keep this afloat and then just do it like that. Do I just subtract dir times scale? Is that working? I should probably copy this value once. I was not joking, by the way. I'm like incredibly sleep deprived, so that's probably. I hope I'm doing this correctly. Honestly, I might be doing it backwards, and it might just be the other way around. It might be, honestly, the center. That's what it might be. It might just be yeah, I can do this. I can just do this in one little thing here. So do I can optimize this definitely. To scale by dir scale. And then, oh, this is an int vec2. Oh, you're joking. Okay, fine. Doing the vector math, especially live, is very nerve-wracking because I know that one day somebody's gonna come in here and be like, "What are you doing?" Wait, maybe I don't normalize this direction then if it's... Maybe I do? It is what it is. We'll test it both ways and then see which way it is. So now I have to do this for both of these, so I have to also calculate a direction for both inner and outer points. God, I wish that there was a way to do this without renaming all of the variables, to be honest. Let's just call everything outer. I don't really care. Okay. I should have called this, definitely named these outer. I don't have the patience to do it with the variable names today. Is that Neovem? No, it's Helix. If this fails, I'm blaming the sleep deprivation. Just letting you know. This is. Don't forget to change this, and don't forget to change the outer door up here, and don't forget to change the outer door up here. Okay. No doubt in my mind that that's going to work exactly like I plan it to work. The center should stay the same. Our width and height are going to change, but I don't even think I use the width and the height for anything. So I'm down to give it a compile though. There's no obvious errors. It's just probably me not normalizing something that I should be normalizing. I did forget to actually make the scale non-zero though. That's a... We'll see. We'll see if it works. Wait, that might actually be a problem. There might be no way for us to make UI elements if the scale is always 0. So I might not even be able to test. Okay. Interesting. It is smaller. But the scale was 0. Right? No, the scale was 1. Okay. I wonder if the scale is not tied to a UI change. The border is changing. The scale might actually just not be... Oh, I didn't use the function. Okay, well, let me test if the move works. Okay, I mean, the move works fine. It's just laggy. I thought that, honestly, that would make it a lot less laggy. Arch Linux? No, I'm using Mint today because I run this on a very bad computer that I'm I'm worried that I would not be able to find, a good stability. Anyway, so I have to add this manual scale UI element. I'm wondering if I just put this at the end here. Yeah. And then that'll automatically call from everywhere. Let me just make sure in my defaults that I have a I'm trying to find where the scale is. Okay, yeah. I have 1.0 on everything. So I don't tolerate them. This is a Helix. But I appreciate it. Yeah, I thought that this would stop the lag. I can't think of a faster way to do this other than just like translating the points. I'm trying to think of where I call that function. You know, it's 100% not this that's the problem. I might have to think of something else to then. Yeah, that's annoying because I literally, I mean, there's this is as fast as that function can go. So that's just one of those things where I don't know. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to test if the scale works, and then there was some other stuff I wanted to, yeah, let's make sure. So this is correct. Yes. Think of what else do I need to work on that's not done yet. On this menu, I have to see actually. As you can see, this struct has gotten really disgusting. Hey Jonas, it's like really bad now. It started off really simple, and now it's not. I'm thinking, what else am I missing here? I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing anything. Okay. They're really tiny. I mean, technically speaking, right? Technically speaking, right? Like, we can just do this and oh, the max, I put the max at 5, right? Okay. Alright, well, I guess that this isn't the way that I was supposed to. Let me look at this code again. It was manual scale UI element. Oh, I normalized them. That's what I said I wasn't going to do. Didn't I say I'm not going to normalize it? I didn't say that. Yeah, I think you need the full length of the vector and then just scale it by the number and then just re-add it to the center. That like makes logical sense to me. Okay, this is very interesting. Let's see what happens when we change the scale. Okay. Okay, I think I know what the issue is, and I don't really like it. Okay. Yeah, it's just exploding. Okay. Okay. It might be the other way around. Actually, that would pretty much explain the behavior. I think it was inversed. Because that's why everything was blue instead of green. Because that's the border color. I'm trying to practice what I am way too sleep deprived to actually be doing that right now. To be doing splits on this right now. So I'm just going to write this out like a normal person. Even though it's excruciating. This is also inverted. Yeah, because we're adding it back onto the center, so therefore we have to, yeah. I totally don't do this every time I have to do one of these things. I don't just test it out until it works. No, I get it right the first time every time. I mean, I guess. The annoying thing is that it isn't even changing. Like, oh, that's because I had the wrong thing selected. Oh, the bounding box is broken for it. That's funny. Okay. Maybe I am supposed to normalize this. Dude, God if I know. Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. Let me check right now for any other typos. before I send this again. See, this is just okay, everything else looks correct. Okay. 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 I was right all along, I just said typos. Okay, this still does explode though, and then it doesn't go back to normal, which this is happening because we don't store the original, it's basically multiplicative what's happening, like the because it's adding on to itself every time. Yeah, this is not gonna work. At the end of the day, you we might just have to store the not scaled outline is probably how we have to do it, and then scale all of the rest of the things, and then just use that outline next time. That kind of sucks though, but it's how you're supposed to do it. Like look at this. I mean, this is just okay. Here's how we do this, okay? We are going to copy over all of the values of outline into original outline. We're just going to mem copy it over. Okay, we're only going to use it here. And then now the painful thing about this is that the original outline, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to call this scaled outline and do it the other way. It's much easier to implement the other way because writing to it instead of changing all of our places where we refer to that variable, that would be painful. That would be so painful. Okay. I'm going to call free on it. Okay. And then we are going to malloc it to the exact values of outline. Okay. Okay, now okay, so we are going to put it into scaled outline. The problem that I see with this is that hold on, maybe we can't do this because I would quite literally need, believe it or not, a copy of every single one of these buffers, all three. The only other way, right, is that every time we scale, we have to rebuild the inner and outer bounds with the original outline and then scale them, but we can never call manual scale UI element on its own. You know what, actually, I just realized? Here's a really good... Okay, I just had a really good idea. It's like, what if we just completely forget about this and just don't scale this? Just don't scale the inner. Because we don't use the inner for drawing anyway. And yeah. I think maybe we can just skip the inner completely. Yeah. Or not the inner, the real outline. Because then we don't need to worry about any of this. Okay, I've got to really add a cooldown on that button. That's getting really annoying. Okay, so let's see if this still explodes. It should not. Okay. The corner has gotten really ugly on this, though. I wonder why. You know what it might be? It's probably something to do with the our rounding that I'm doing on the scale. Oh, you're joking. I changed the behavior ID on this, so now it doesn't actually quit. I don't remember what behavior that is. I think it's 1. Yeah. It's this, 100%. Maybe we just I don't know. Now I have to hold on. Just literally make these into ints and then just put them in there. That's fine. And then get rid of this. Okay. And then we just don't call roundf on these. Yeah. I mean, I guess that they're just gonna be a little bit scuffed for now. Yeah. I mean, maybe not. Maybe this will fix it. Just me staying in integer space instead of going back and forth. But it is casting somewhere because the element center is actually a floating point. So it's going to have to get casted at some point. You know, like what I could do, right, is rewrite the entire thing to be floating point and only cast right at the end, right here. And I could do that. And I probably will do that. But I'm not going to do that right now. Because that would take a lot of my time and a lot of my energy, and I respect myself. Okay. I'm not going to do that. But, we're going to keep that in mind for later, that I could probably make the corners look good again if I just defer casting till the end scaling, because I didn't implement scaling until just now. So that was a bit of a foresight issue, but we'll fix it later. Right. Okay. So that's what I can do this actually. I forgot about this. So text. Move text box. Do I have a center? I don't have a center. Okay, so I need to compute and store a center. I guess it'll be in integer space since it's all in integer space. Yeah. So I'll compute the center. The center is going to be generated. I never remember where that is because it's in a file that it's really not supposed to be in. To be like 100% honest with you. Wait, this is... You're telling me this is in this file. Why is GoToDefinition not working? Am I losing my mind, or... I feel like I'm losing it. What? What are you talking about? Okay, so now we figured it out. This is in the wrong header file. Was very confusing. Very confusing. Okay. Hey, what's up? Welcome. Okay. Have to find the center. So I have, at the end of all of this, I have a I could make it really simple and just take the width and the height, but that's not like the logical actual center of the text, and I want it to be the center of the text. So we could just store, I think, I don't think we do that. I think we just set it at 0. Well, we set it at 1 actually. Because these have to be 1 at least, or else, yeah. So, we'll just do here because the problem with this is, what am I making? Can I show you the game? I will compile it in a second after I clean up this function. But yeah, I've got a lot of videos on it. I'm making a game engine. It's kind of like low resolution PS1 style. So if x is greater than or equal to our max x, the reason why I'm doing this here and not down here is because here we wrap around. That's what's happening. And y is probably 0 at the beginning, right? Y gets set to... No, text box y, okay. Well, text box y will never... I'm just trying to make sure that we don't divide by 0 here. OpenGL is a lot of fun. You should try it. It's not honestly that much harder than Raylib. You just got to get used to it. I'm just making sure that I don't mess this up. But I mean, wait, actually, hold on. This is actually... I see. Okay. I'm going to, at the end here, it's actually kind of funny that our text has convex holes. For some reason I was obsessed with getting the hitboxes right for them. So this is going to be and then our it's going to be text box center. I think that we only have to build this once. and just update it on move. So that's what I'm going to do next. So you should get back on it. It's the tutorials are really good for OpenGL, so it's a lot of fun to do. Now what are we doing? Let me think about this. I need to think hard about this for a second because yeah, we just do that. So we just take everything with respect to the center now. So okay. I might just be thinking way too hard about this. I might just need to subtract dx. And just move it the exact same. Yeah. And then just set the center to pause. I feel like I just did something incredibly dumb. I think this is backwards. But I guess I could just switch this to an add and test it. I can't tell if it's backwards right now. I'm not using GNOME. I do use i3 actually. The top bar is just there so that you can see what I'm listening to, since I can't play music on stream. I just kind of threw it together real quick with a polybar. I thought about switching to Hyperland, but honestly I don't have any need for the fancy gizmos, gadgets, you know. Oh, for my terminal? Yeah, I agree. I should customize it a little bit more. What am I doing? I forgot who I am. Okay, there we go. So this still works, and okay. That's not what you want to see. No, that's not what you want to see at all. This still works. Okay. I might just be backwards. Like, that's honestly a possibility. But I could also just not be thinking about this correctly. Center minus the position. Like, why can't I figure this out? I'm having a moment. I just literally closed Helix by accident. That's how tired I am. I don't know how you managed to hit that button combination by accident, but that messed up my whole vibe. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm just going to test it. I'm tired. Window decoration equals none. Yeah, I thought that was it, but I tried it, and I think it's conflicting with something else. So, or I think I set it to auto, maybe. But yeah, I should set it to none. I did look it up because it was kind of annoying. Yeah, external hard drive. All my coding stuff is all in one place on my external, and I kind of refuse to move it because it's a lot of libraries and stuff. Dude, like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm just not thinking about this properly, I guess. Or center isn't correct. That's entirely possible. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? I'm just gonna print out center and then see if it's correct when it gets in here. So. Yeah, that's right. I didn't. Oh, these are ints. I mean, I feel like this isn't necessary, to be honest. Maybe I just switched it around and that was the problem all along. Oh, I see what's happening. Hold on. I'm being really dumb about this, actually. I first need to subtract. Okay, that's what I do. It's Yes, and then we add this onto it, right? Am I? Yeah, I've messed around in Rust a bit actually. I made a chess engine in Rust. It's it was a hard language for me though. To be honest. You know what? Why am I doing this? You just literally can you just do this and then translate them separately? Like, why am I trying to do it in respect to the center? Oh wait, I know what I'm doing in respect to the center. It's because, okay, well then you just yeah, this is why I should not do this when I'm tired. Hold on. Then the I think it's just minus fx. I guess logically it makes sense to me is like the center minus the offset and then the position minus that. It might be add though. I don't know. When I get lazy like this, I just compile. Yeah, I agree. I like the some of the match statements too in Rust, and all that. That was cool. It's just honestly, it felt like half of the time I was just fighting compile errors. Like, it was just like, you know, like so many annoyances. Like, I was not making progress very fast, coding wise. I don't know. Some people say that that's like a skill issue, I guess. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. This isn't for me either, apparently. Dude, like, what am I... Hold on. That's why. That's why. That's why. I knew it, man. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was 0, 0. I had a feeling, and I was right. I was right. But why is it 0? Why is it 0? Oh, we're doing this again. That's very bizarre to me. How that could be happening. Trying to think. How is that not? This is no nice debug logs. Yeah, I had that for when I was trying to figure out some bug with clicking a text box that wasn't showing up. Wait a second. What am I subtracting from here? I'm subtracting it from the final x, which has no... what am I doing? This is... my laptop is just pretty bad. That's why I lag, to be completely frank with you. But yeah, the project is pretty big. Yeah, that should just fix the problems. I also have to get rid of all of this debug. This is all of the points that are on the UI shapes that I was looking through earlier to make sure they were round. Because I was having a lot of trouble with getting them good. I feel like Bill Evans is good today. Okay, now we should be good, hopefully. I forgot that I was working on text boxes, to be honest. Did I just seg fault? Okay, well, I understand why we seg faulted, but that was an unforeseen turn of events. So I did not account for me clicking on a text box to move it without it being selected, I guess. Yeah, I just start printing everything out, you know, when I get frustrated. What was I? Yeah, I was gonna fix this then, so that we don't ever seg fault there again. This is going to be move text box. This could be null actually, because or actually, maybe that's just not getting initialized to null. Actually, I should just look at that, but now let's just not press that by accident and then do this instead. Okay, understood. Okay, so I still have something off somewhere. I kind of understand why that's a thing. Hold on, let me get another center to compare. That makes sense though. Why it's the Y is messed up. Yeah, the Y isn't getting set to anything because it doesn't wrap around. It starts at it ends at the same line. So what you have to do then is add a little bit onto the y. So that's what we're gonna do. You have to add basically to add. See, the annoying thing is that I don't really know. So what I was thinking with this, right, was that we could. Maybe I actually made this. Actually, did I make this? Mac highest y. I did make this. See, I foresaw this happening. So what's happening here is, am I asleep? I'm kind of asleep, to be honest. I'm very tired. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night. So I first saw this happening, and I made highest y. I don't know if I use this variable for anything, but what this does is it takes the highest glyph, basically. Oh, peace, Jonas. Or peace, the other guy. So I think that this could be a solution to the problem. I could also just use y0. Is that it? Which one is the bottom? I think y0 is the bottom and g width is the top, so this is going to be... I just need to use the bottom, right? So the lowest bottom is what we're going to set as the bottom. Yes, the lowest bottom is what we're going to set as the bottom. Okay. Okay, so this still wasn't working like I'd planned, even beyond just the center issues. There is just a possibility to be honest, I don't know why I deleted that, because I'm obviously not sure about this, but I should just like log it there and after. I wonder if this is just backwards. The problem is that the center doesn't actually represent the real center of the text box. So everything is off, essentially. So, maybe it's just, maybe it's just... I feel like I'm really overthinking this, and it's just this. I think it's just that. You're just translating them both the same, so yeah. I think I'm like super overthinking that. Don't ask me to explain what I'm even doing right now. I don't even know. Okay, let's test again. Okay, dude, just get out of my way. Okay, I gotta get rid of this debug. This is so bad. Okay, 28.5, 286, 142. $28.5? Am I really setting it to hold on. I think I'm setting it to the completely wrong thing. I think I'm setting it to yeah. It's this. This is what I'm trying to do actually. So it's this. It's that. God, I am actually really laggy today. Yes, it is this that I'm trying to do. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that before. See, and that's why you print everything out. Okay, where's all that debug coming from, actually? I have it, oh, it's here. Okay, if this doesn't work now, then I don't know, but it should work. Next, I want to add here the width and height. So that's what I'm gonna do now. That's gonna be one of these, two of these. I don't know. Jesus, dude, what? How is how is it negative, man? How is it negative? What? What? Wait, how does this even get negative? Wait, what? Oh. How? What? How would max y be smaller than the textbook's than the starting y? Like, wait, what? Maybe y offset is the bottom then, and height is the top. Oh wait, no, I'm doing y0 anyway. Oh, that's why. That's why. It's because opengl is upside down, so I'm super confused here. Well, how do I do this if it's upside down? Do I just negate the max y? No, that can't be right. That cannot be right. That cannot be right. Maybe it is right. I don't understand why the whole opengl screen space thing has to be upside down. It's like so confusing. I'm sure that there's a good reason behind it, but I just want to get on my soapbox about it. Because I have to negate everything logically. Wait, this is not gonna do what I want it to do, is it? You know what I should just do? I should just literally do this. Like, why... In what world would I want that to be negative? So... There isn't, they just chose to do it that way? Well, that's good to know. Is Vulkan upside down? Maybe today we make the switch. There isn't a reason for me writing bad code either. It's just, I just choose to do it that way. We're gonna move it over here. Okay. Okay, I think we're almost there. I think believe it or not, we're almost there because it moved in equidistant way, but in the y direction. So this is okay. Okay, we're moving backwards. Okay, but that's fine. We can just flip the sign. That's fine. I'll take it. At this point, I'm gonna pretend like that debug means anything to me. Yes. Okay, if this... It was moving exactly the opposite, so if it isn't a side switch, then I don't know what I'm doing. This function should not be that hard to write, but it's annoying because I'm trying to get the middle of the text rather than the middle of the text box because I care about that for whatever reason. I just want it to be like when you're moving around the text, you know, it like, you know, instead of the arbitrary length of the width of whatever text, you know, I want it to be the middle. Okay, see? We're in the middle. We're in the middle. Okay? We made it. We made it. Look at that. That is wonderful. That is just absolutely... I've never been so happy. I don't know about you, but I mean, come on. That's just wonderful. Can I change it to blank? Yes, I can. Okay. I think I already tested all of this. I have multiple behavior IDs because I was going to make a width a different thing. Also, I added the shift selection enabled thing so that I could see what I was doing. I mean, I feel like we're almost at the point where it's time to actually make the UI, to be honest. Even though it's still kind of janky. I kind of wanted it to the point where you could select points before I do it, though. I kind of, for some reason, I wanted to have like rhombuses instead of squares, because I think that rhombuses are cool. Could it be rhombi, perhaps? I feel like rhombuses is just not correct. Okay, so we were going down here and we were going to change this to width and height. I don't think that there's anything we need to change for this. It just, actually, yes there is. Because we need to regenerate the draw buffer if these wrap around. So, therefore, I need to do the same thing that I do down here and do the whole set it to a different variable and then detect if it changed. So, we will do that. That's something I really dislike, you know? Like, the arrow key getting the it's such a struggle. Am I the only one that doesn't use right shift? Like, ever. Like, never. I never use it. Like... I don't know why, because it should be kind of convenient. Think about it. Then I think I just do UI change equals true, and then we'll just defer that to later. I mean, technically, wait a minute, the text size automatically, like, updates. That's interesting. Don't forget to do this. Oh wait, no, it only updates when I do the when I press escape. So if we want to do this all in real time, then I should set this as a thing. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. The group ID does nothing. Behavior ID is actually font ID. I don't really see the point in adding more fonts right now. I feel like that's a waste of time. This can go to 1 because there's one font, and yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it for that. All right, I wanted to fix the seg fault that happened earlier here. So we're not supposed to be able to select UI edit move if you don't have a selection, but the state is shared between the UI and the text boxes, so you can click on move when you have a UI element selected but not a text box, and then seg fault. And you can, I'm assuming you can do the other way around if you really wanted to. Now we could just be normal and just, you know, say, you know, hey, if the element is null, then we're just not gonna. The thing is, I don't even think. Yeah, see, this is the problem. Actually, the problem is. Actually, no, there's no problem. I'm just overcomplicating things because you can literally just check. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said that I was sleep deprived. Believe it or not, I was not joking. No. Okay. I mean, isn't this... Hold on, this is buffer. No, this isn't. I thought that this was a, what is selected elements? Hello? Oh, you know what? I hate when I press caps lock by accident because it No, I guess I didn't wrap that in a struct. I could have sworn that that was a struct, but I guess it's not. I guess it's not. Okay, then we're never going to seg fault again, even though this isn't really something that's pretty. Okay, now let me try that. After this, I will make it so that each element selection has points. that we can select, and that's going to be fun. I need to figure out, that's not here actually, that's in here, I believe. That's called the UI element selection, that's what it's called. And I had indices here. So the idea was that we have indices of points that we loop through. And that was the plan. And that is just a Boolean that tells us which point we have selected. And there was a plan to do that for each element, but I never wrote that, so I guess I'm going to write that now. And I guess I will also have it so that you can hover over and see which point you're over. So that's going to be fun. First of all, we got to remember what we were doing here. I was going to try and change the width. Yes. Wow. That's really fun. I've got to do text aligning, or figure out how to do that, huh? You know, the reason it actually goes here is because there's a space, actually. It's not aligned right, it just looks like that. I guess I could ignore spaces when I wrap. Or you could just, you'd also just like, you know, change this to pause menu, and then, yeah, I've got to change it so that you don't hit buttons when you're changing the text, huh? Right? Yeah. See? Yeah, scaling. Yeah. But the text boxes, you know, they work. There is no line width. Okay, that's something that, or not line width, but line height. So that's something that we can also look into. But you know, I think that this works fairly. I'm happy with it. Okay. I'm happy with it. Okay. Was that all I wanted to check? I think so. Oh yeah, is this going to segfault this now? Okay, no, this doesn't. So that's what we wanted to check. Actually, let's check it the other way around. So let's go to move, and then I have to see. There's no way to clear your selection, so now we can't check for a segfault actually. Oh, this is nuclear. I like nuclear quite a bit. It's like really fast for me prototyping wise. It's like very, very fast. I don't have like any problems with it unless I have to do a drop down, and then it's kind of painful, but yeah. There is still some pain point here with us, for example, trying to select something that's underneath a different, like if it's here, we might not be able to. Actually, the hitboxes are kind of coming in clutch here, because this is actually because of these the hitboxes. If I displayed the hitboxes, it like cuts around the character exactly. Okay, so I guess we'll do the UI element points thing, because that sounds like something that would be interesting to do, and see if I can implement this properly. So we are going to go, well, first of all we have to go to Can we stop it with pressing caps lock? Thank you. Yeah, pressing caps lock in Helix is like actually the the most painful thing imaginable. Okay, we are going to add. This is probably actually in a different file. This is add UI. Add UI element to selection. So I'm just gonna have it. Wow, I actually did this already. Am I cracked or what? Okay. So I did this. I don't have a free for it though. I never free this. So that's... Yeah, if they had it on the screen when you have caps lock enabled, it would be like so much better. Like there's so many times when I just like start pasting things and ruining things just because of that. Yeah, I never free this. I kind of want to just see this. I do have this. I never use it though, I think. No, I do. I clear it every time I select a different Right, I had a select all points button because I was... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to add a mouse state for selecting points, and that's how we're going to do it. Oh yeah, also don't be mad at me, but yeah, I didn't I did look 24-hour stream. I think it's gonna get too hot in this room for that, unfortunately. I wish I could. That would probably make me like a much better streamer, you know? Especially with me being this sleep deprived, that would probably make for really good content, huh? Okay, so that's only going to be a UI editor thing. Yeah, I was going to say don't get mad at me because I looked at the config to move these notifications to the other side, and I just forgot to actually change anything. So I planned to change it, and I appreciate you telling me how to change it. I just didn't do it, you know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I always appreciate advice. It's just my stupidity that sometimes makes it seem like I don't appreciate advice. You know what I mean? Yes. Yes, right here. Right here. So How do we want to do this? Okay. I see how we're going to do it. So we are going to make a new function, and it will take in our currently selected element, and on click we will select the closest point. That's what we'll do. You know, I think that why I'm lagging so much is it actually has to do with me having Discord open. As soon as I closed it, it just 100% solved all of the lag. What was I writing? Select point from selected element. I feel like that name could be a bit better, to be honest. So we're just going to take a position and then just select the closest point. Yeah, closing Discord just immediately fixed my lag. That's kind of annoying. I think we're just going to loop through all the points and then I think that you just want the outline to be selectable because, yeah, we're just gonna have a I don't have this. I guess I'll just implement it here. So we're just gonna do, let's just make this, how do I do this again? Isn't it this? Or is it, do you just do the, do you just multiply them? I don't really remember. I definitely have a function that does the, this, I might have, yes. What's the implementation for this? Right, you subtract first and then you multiply the result. Okay. So then I would do that then. I should really just make the function that does this too, but I think I enjoy just writing it out myself because then I remember for next time. You know. And then you just get the float out dot x times out float this equals out dot x times out dot x plus. And I think you always want to do this here, just in case. I mean, that's very true that this is you're very right about that. I also need to store the point, so I think a part of why I'm lagging actually is because I fixed the audio issue, and the solution to the audio issue was to not do my GPU. So the encoder is on my onboard graphics card. So we also need the point. Yeah, we're just gonna assume that we always have a point, because I feel like dealing with that would be annoying if we wanted to make it not. Okay. Now that we have this, I feel like more important than showing the hovered points, we should just show the points that we have selected. The annoyance with that is that, hold on, so I had something that did something similar when I was doing, add hovered to UI buffer. I don't know why this stopped working, but I didn't really care because it was kind of pointless, to be completely honest with you. Maybe it's... No. No, you're supposed to sort first. Is it because I made the highlight color just not something that you can see? I think that might have been something that I did, actually. Yeah, that's what I did here, is that I made it something so incredibly... So now we're just gonna hijack that logic for something else entirely, I think, and just loop through it. And instead of adding the hovered, we're gonna add our selected points as quads. Right. So we were getting the UI element, and then we were... I feel like what I could do here is just copy this function, do the exact same thing, remove this function from there, and then just add the points to, and then draw them GL points instead of quads. Oh, I'm building a game engine in C. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I think it's add selected UI points to draw to the UI buffer. Let's just be very honest. So we aren't getting the element from here. We already have the element. It's always going to be one element. That's what we have selected. We're going to loop through our points. I don't think that we need literally anything. I think that maybe this is for now we're just always going to have we're always going to have just one element. I just feel like that's very easy. We should also just do a early return on this if it's null. So that's what I'm going to do, because we probably will get in here otherwise. Do I have a... Yes, I do. This is a lot of words, but it works. So if I should probably not be writing this all out, but what are you mad at me about? Oh, I'm forgetting a I feel like that's not designed that well, but so let's try to think here. We're just gonna draw the point, just straight up. What's this, hacking? No, it's I'm making a game engine in C. I don't think any of these things matter. You know what, I'm just going to do a UI image. This can just... We're not going to be using that for anything since it's just a point. And then we just do... this is going to be element... this is the outline buffer. Yes. What is indices? It's a really great thing that I designed. So the reason why that is what it is so this is like a struct inside of a struct inside of a struct. Like this is a vector implementation basically. So this indices is just, it could be dot buffer essentially. So a game engine is like it's a set of tools, I guess. So right now I'm working on the UI, but it's got its own rendering system. It's got a bunch of things. Oh yeah, I was taking that as an argument. Then I guess I guess that's fine. Yeah, so it's got its own rendering backend that I call opengl stuff to draw to the screen. It's got its own kind of physics collision system. It's got fun things like this 2D UI system. It's got lighting effects. It's just a set of tools that you can kind of open up and then make whatever you want with it, sort of. That's at least what we're working towards, even though it's interesting. Okay, so I think that this is fine. I'm just going to add this to the header file, and then this is hopefully going to be able to replace this easily. I just have to figure out where was that. It was here. So instead of we are just going to remove this functionality because this doesn't really matter right now. Can I compare it to something that already exists? it's kind of like you know how NASA builds rockets? Well, this is like this is building the place where they build rockets. I don't know. This is building the giant warehouse full of I don't know how they build rockets, but you know, something like that. But I'm glad you found me. I mean, I think that the YouTube algorithm must work in mysterious ways. Actually, we don't want this to be based on a mouse state at all. Yeah, we just want it based on selection state. So if add selected UI points to UI buffer, that's what I called it. Very aptly named. Yeah, so we will just pass in the not like that. I mean, to be honest, it's really not that complicated what I'm doing. It's I guess the NASA analogy was a bit much. What is this? This is just UI buffer. Why am I thinking so crazy about it? Okay, now I have to go to the draw call for that. We're just gonna go down. I'm sorry, but the NASA analogy was kind of terrible, yeah. No, yeah, it was totally terrible, I agree with that. So we're not going to be drawing to counter anymore. We're going to be drawing to whatever I called it. I already forgot, but dot non-hovered counter, which has nothing to do with hovering anymore. But yeah, the lag on and off today is really annoying. Then I'm going to draw from non-hovered counter to counter with geo points. Jesus, this is ridiculous. I'm basically, yeah, and now it's back to being fine. That's so weird. Okay, hopefully this works like I hope it will, but GL points, how do I set GL point size again? I don't remember, to be 100% honest with you. Apparently, I don't have it. I definitely have this commented out somewhere. GL point size. That's what it is. That's what it is right there. So we'll just set this to 2.0 off. Okay. Hopefully this works like I planned it to. I don't really know. Am I coding an engine for a game? Yeah, so I'm making an engine for, it started off as like this horror RPG. It was going to be like this psychological horror RPG in like full 3D. The idea was it to be like something like a party RPG, like Eye of the Beholder or something, but with full 3D and like gore and horror stuff going on. But it eventually just made me make a more general game engine that's kind of fully fledged, I guess. So I don't really know what the goal is anymore, but I still plan to make something with it. It probably will still be horror oriented, is kind of like where my interests lie, but so let's see. Okay, this works. This works, actually. I mean, I don't really understand why it's making these. Are there really this many points? These might actually all be individual points around the edges, which is interesting. It only shows when I hover. Okay, for some reason, okay, that is fair. Interesting. I have to check why it only shows on hover. Is this what I coded? Yeah. So this is all from scratch. It did just segfault though. Yeah, you can see the videos on my channel about it. Thanks, I really appreciate that. It's really not that impressive. I just, it's kind of like my life or whatever. So I feel like if you spend enough time working on something, you could do it. Oh, yeah, I didn't resize the array. Oh. Well, that's dumb. That's very true. I didn't actually resize the array at all. Okay. Just another day of implementing vectors. Alright, enjoy your pizza. Should really make a function that does this for RVs, but I'm kind of chilled out today, you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like coding really slow, but it's alright. Okay. Sounds good to me. Now what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to check why this is only happening on hover. Because... I see why it's happening. I see why it's happening, and it's annoying me why it's happening. Actually, no, I don't see why it's happening. Never mind. Select points from element doesn't matter. It's... Interesting. I'm guessing that one of these things is returning false. I don't know why though, because that shouldn't change on we can go to our mouse move here, add hovered UI element to UI buffer. Oh, this is still enabled. Oh, well that might have something to do with it actually. Yeah, because that would probably just like hijack the counter. Okay. Is this being programmed in Vim? No, it's Helix. Very similar to Vim though. Kind of sucks not having a debugger, but I've never been used to having a debugger, so I hope the pizza's good. What do you have on your pizza? Why is this not going? Hopefully that fixes it. I don't really know. Yeah, I mean, that could technically have been the thing, just getting called and then... Maybe I just reopen this terminal. This is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I've never been like a huge fan of Visual Studio, but apparently it's pretty good. GF2. I haven't actually used GF2. I have to look into that. But yeah, I just use plain JDB and it works good for me. The main steps you need to program an engine. Well, I kind of started just with a raycaster. It's kind of the way old games like Wolfenstein were made. So basically, you just you can think of the camera as like just an emitter of different lines that go out, and then you detect geometry with those lines, and then when you detect geometry, you just draw. And then from there, I just started making things fully 3D and learning about camera matrices and OpenGL and all that stuff. So it's something that you just take one step at a time, and it's not that crazy. Okay. Well, that's that's quite frustrating. Yeah, now it's not showing anything at all. I could actually just like check if this is null, but it shouldn't be because that's what we're displaying the panel information with. Is that imgui? No, this is nuclear. All the GUI stuff on the side of my screen. I like nuclear. It's like super fast for iterating on stuff with. I don't really know. Because if it gets in here, it's guaranteed, unless... Oh, unless the indices counter is 0. That could be something that I can look into. That would be, is that in this file? Add UI element to selection. When I go in here, no, I set the, I do set the counter. Hey, what's up, Marcus? Yeah, nuclear is super easy because it's literally just one of those things where it's just a header file. It's pretty easy to set up. I guess I could log the counter here. Yeah, I don't know why this has been lagging so much today. What annoying. It's just gonna be this. You fix one problem and then you get another one, to be honest. Yeah. I'm down to just compile this and then see what's going on because I logged some things. I logged the counter and I logged if it's coming back null, because it should always be adding this to the to the buffer. And if the counter isn't 0, then it's guaranteed to I don't know. I guess it's just strange because every time I change the selection, I 100% free the old buffer and then make a new one. So it's just one of those things where there's something that I'm not thinking of. Yeah, I know it's kind of like a sleepy stream today. I know. I'm enjoying it though. I've got like Bill Evans and all that. I've gotten some work done too. It's not been a complete failure. So let's see what we're logging. Array empty. Okay. I mean... the... I think it was working all along. It's just that I was displaying the points in the same exact color as the UI elements. So that would be the reason why. That would be the reason why. Okay, well, this still isn't going to work, but now I can interpolate things. Okay. Sounds good to me. Okay, let me go back to where that was, and then... and change this to a color that we can actually see. It's going to be the goal. This is going to be highlight color. Okay. Now, I want to not select all points and select one point. So, that means that I have to go over here and so the problem here is that we can't actually select this because I still have this bug down here with select points. Yes, not getting set to select points. That's what the bug is. Okay. I already had the function to select all points. I think the play is to now not select all points automatically. So that's in this file, add UI. No? That's not. I think we just comment that out, and now we select them manually. I have the function to select them manually. I already did it. Select point from element should. It didn't actually use this function, is what is the issue. So I can't remember if I put this in the select point from element. Yeah, I did. Okay, so let's. Oh, I actually already put this in the thing, didn't I? I'm completely forgetting that I did that. Yeah. Yeah, select point from element. Okay. Well, now I just need to make the UI for changing those points. I could also make another enum here for. Alright, peace out. I think I'm gonna make another enum here for moving points around instead of the whole shape, and that's gonna be the next next step. Okay, to move a point, I don't think I should even be calling this. I think I should just say UI change, to be honest. I think that the implementation for this is going to be super easy, so I'm looking forward to that. This is just literally going to be very simple. Do we want to take in hold on. The problem here is that we got to figure out if we want to move all points that we have selected to the same place, or what we want the behavior to be like. And I think the behavior we want is to yeah. We're gonna make a clear here for the indices. I mean, can't we just... I think every time I select a new point on the same shape, I just want to... I think we just want to zero it. We don't want to... There's no need for... There's no need to overthink it. I hate it when it does that. It's the worst. Oh right, I always forget here that this is indices.indices. Okay. For whatever reason, this is in map.c. I hate that I have all of my... The reason why this is all this way is just because I have all of my things in similar locations. Anyway. Where was I? It's here. I was here. That's where I was. Then we are going to clear... Right. So if we don't have shift held down, then we're just going to clear a selection and then select a new point. And then when we move points, we're just going to apply the transform to all the points. So, yeah. Now let's implement that. So this is, once again, we are not going to... We do care about the element, actually, so we're just going to iterate through all of the element points, and then whichever ones we have selected, we're going to move to wherever we want to move them to. I always forget. This is going to be move. Selected points. Okay. Now where do I go? Okay. What is this about? Oh, that's what that's about. Okay. So we can now do that. The eventual idea I had was that we could, the whole goal of this and the whole benefit for me doing this whole geometry UI thing rather than SDF is that I could technically edit the points all separately and then add different vertex attributes to them. I don't think I want to do that right now though. Do I have anything to change per point other than position? Probably not. Yeah, I think next time I have to run this on my GPU because this is really, really bad lag, to be honest. Oh god. This, why? Are you seeing this? Why did i3 do that? I think I hit a keybind to make it floating window. I did not mean to do that. Okay, so no. I suppose it's entirely possible that my highlight color is not working also. I also, you know what? I didn't add a another button there to move points. So yeah, this is frustrating though. It's very strange with it. Wait, did I? Of course I did. It's not actually the point that I care about. It's it's the index that I care about, not the actual point. So this is it's the index from 100%. Okay. So now I have to add to the UI to add that thing that I was going to add. Okay. This is gonna work, I think. I've been listening to Waltz for Debbie for like the past multiple hours, and it's just been like in the background, you know. Pain, to be honest. Did I have debug for this? Array empty. That's not printing out all the time though. Oh, I selected a point though. Okay, I see what's happening. Okay, yeah, so it's just not updating immediately. I have to like hot reload it essentially. Okay. Now let's see if this works. Oh, I didn't. Huh. You're probably right about that. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, so it is letting me select multiple. And then I can move all of them. It's just not changing because I didn't do that. But if I press on here and then select all points, that works. Okay. Now I just have to. There's something that I'm missing here, and it's that when I update the thing that's in here, right? Move UI, move selected UI points. I need to do something here, which is I need to call a function, which is this function. I'm pretty sure we have to just rebuild the outline straight up because yeah, you could technically have moved the point anywhere, and so we have to wind counterclockwise and then do the whole inner outline and outer outline again. I think that that's just like literally what needs to happen. Where's the implementation for that? Generate UI. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Okay, hopefully that just does it. I remember there was a day, it was like a rainy day, and I was at work. I worked at this deli in New York, and I was searching for this record on my phone the whole day because I had it stuck in my head, but I couldn't remember the name. And it took me the whole day to track it down on my phone. But yeah, this record is really good. Alright. I'm just testing it out to see. I think it's kind of cool, to be honest, that that this works, you know. I should have keybinds for all of this stuff, but yeah. It is kind of cool, I think. Of course, if you're at a higher resolution, it's going to look a lot less, you know, more smooth, right? But yeah, there's also this thing where the corners don't scale with our resolution, which is annoying. It's purely, it's not actually the UI that gets bigger. It's actually the corner size that that affects it like that. But I mean, I think it's neat. There's now you can just select all points, right? And I've got to make this update in real time, but if I press move points, it's going to disappear because I moved all the points to one place. There are times when the shape collapses. It's because it's basically it's trying to keep itself from collapsing, because I have a routine that basically trims all of the loops if the outline ends up overlapping with itself. Like if I move this inward and then this were to overlap with itself and go in a loop, then it cuts off the loop. But the visual effect of that sometimes is that the thing just breaks, or the points have to change their orientation to match. Maybe it's not the most practical editor of all time for UI. I think the problem here is now that if I go select all points, the winding of the points is like probably backwards or something. So that's probably what happened here. I think that now I corrected it though. Or maybe not. I guess I could always just like implement regular shapes too, like squares and circles or whatever, but I don't know, my idea was like, I don't know, what if you could make any polygon a a thing. Oh, I never fixed this make element. Isn't doesn't make one. Oh, you know why? It probably is making it at scale 0. That's probably true. I forgot to update that. Specifically, the UI code is all over the place. But yeah, this is... Yeah, so yeah, that's exactly what the issue is that the... Well, also, first of all, these outlines need to get set up to... Okay. I guess the next step is just to add a button that that saves it to JSON, and I already have the function for that. So I guess that's what we're gonna do next, and then probably call it a day. Where is this? I guess we can just do it at the bottom here. What's the name of this function? Save you want to JSON. Oh, it's pointers. I doubt that this works out of the box, especially since I've edited these things. So I probably will have to change that and work on that. I doubt that that's going to work out of the box because our structs have definitely changed. The good thing is that even though we do have very hefty struct now,
everything is basically generated off of the outline. So we don't really have to store anything else. Yeah. I guess I can give it a shot, but probably the save and load probably won't work, and then I'll have to work on it. Yeah, I think that this is pretty much everything I wanted. I mean, my idea is that you can probably save shapes, right? You can save, copy and paste the UI shapes themselves. And I want to implement that. Which shouldn't be that hard. I feel like we just drop that into... I can just like literally drop it into here and just have it be this. I genuinely doubt that this is going to work, but you know. Well, I have to make a change before. Yeah. I mean, it's not actually changing anything, so... Okay, well, that's that. I'm going to add in a UI element, copied element. Oh, man. You can't just make this easy for me right now. Fine, I'll make it a pointer because I just don't want to deal with it, to be honest. Yeah. I should just put that in the UI instead of on a button. I will just put it in one of these buttons. What are you talking about? What are you... What are you talking about? Oh, that's what you're talking about. I always forget that I did that. She says in this song, she says, you know that time cures all heals. And I think that that's just such a good line. Why is it Mary Regan? Unknown type name, do I own that? You know that time cures all heals. Okay. Probably gonna dip soon. But I'm gonna try this copy and save first. Yeah, the UI stuff is not very fancy to show off, I guess. But I still find it fun. I think I might be done with it soon. Or at least to a stopping point where I can do something else. Where did this open? Did this... Am I going crazy? Oh no, it just didn't finish yet. Yeah, I should really be running this on my proper GPU, but I've been just going straight to GDB. Okay, so let us try saving. Okay, we'll save the shape. We're going to load the shape. Now if I move it... Oh. Huh. I was expecting for there to be interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't really know why that's happening. That's interesting. So if I... No. Select it, please. Selecting points works fine. Save shape, load shape. Huh. I don't suppose I've got useless debug for this. I'm not sure. Not really sure. But it happens with every single one, so... I mean, I know what's happening, right? Is that we're drawing to the center, and the center is not moving with the... Yeah, I'm not sure. I might have to do like proper debug for this, because that's very strange. Actually, it might not be that strange. Because I don't call this on those... Yeah, that's probably what it's... Well, no, if I'm copying it, then it should already be scaled. Not sure. I might have to print out for this what's going on. Yeah, it's very strange because the it's almost like the center is staying, even though the shape's position is changing, but only after we load, and there's no second shape. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why that would be any different than... You know what I could do is I could just, like, to test something, I could just copy this and move it over to where I have this make element. Generate default UI points. I mean, the only reason I do that I see what's happening. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, the problem is that I don't actually deep copy the these are all still pointing to the same memory. So basically what needs to happen is I need to... This isn't going to cut it because I need to is there a non-painful way to do this? Like, don't I have a function that I can call that just like takes the outline and then like generate UI dimensions from outline? If I just call this function, it reallocates all of the data, right? There should be no stale data after this. Because I also free the outline completely, so we could try calling that generate UI dimensions from outline. Let me try this. This is the outline. This is super annoying. Oh, that's so painful. It's actually so annoying that I have to copy and paste this so many times. Okay. Okay, and then just the counter one more time. I just want to get this done, you know? For the element, we are passing in this new element that we just... Technically, I could have just like did a deep copy of all the data, but I didn't feel like it. I did not feel like it. I'd rather not do that. Okay. I think once this works, which hopefully it will now, I think I'm going to head out. Maybe I'll have a non-sleepy stream in the next 2 days or so. I want to get working on some fun stuff again. Hopefully, maybe we get this into a good enough spot that I can start actually like making the UI, and that'll be fun, you know? So I'm saving loading, and then we are going to try to no such file or directory? Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, really this could mean anything. Like this... I think I might just have to not be lazy and deep copy the data, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. But yeah, I'll just write a to-do here to do that instead of doing this. I will get that done. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Alright, well, I will, before next time, I will figure out the saving and loading, and get that working with the new structs. I will not be lazy and I'll deep copy this so that we can save and load shapes in, and then hopefully I'll be in a good spot to actually start building the UI. I mean, technically everything works like I wanted it to. It's just a bit finicky, you know. It all comes down to me wanting the rounded corners and not being able to like this function right here. It's just super janky, but it's the only way that it still works. But it does like really mess up the shapes sometimes. There's really nothing I can do about it. Alright, so I'm gonna take a nap and then I will see you guys in a few days. So, but yeah, next stream I should be actually making the UI hopefully. So that'll be fun. Alright, peace out.